Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello there, welcome back.
So one of our family members in the last live, I think it was, said, check out Clear Seeing, Continental, Cataclysm. And so I hadn't seen Clear Seeing in a few days. This is one of the English translation channels for Polish clairvoyant Krzysztof Jakowski. And I am looking at his last live stream from last night right now as well. And it has interesting stuff on it as well. But I thought we should just do a video touching on this because, you know, what he's seeing to me sounds like it's what Ryo Tatsuki predicted. Exactly. And again, that's that manja artist known for her prophetic dreams, which she began documenting in the late 1960s, gained notoriety for predicting significant events, including the Great East Japan earthquake in 2011 and the plague upon the land. So the future I saw, that was her manga, published in 1999, reissued in 2021, included predictions about future disasters, and in particular a catastrophe expected in July 2025. So the original prediction indicated a great disaster would occur, according to Microsoft Bing's AI, 4:18 a.m. July 5th. So did we change the timeline? Did we avert a disaster, or has it just simply shifted a little? Well, this is what Krzysztof is seeing. If it is what Krzysztof is seeing, then, man, it sounds like we might have just pushed it off a little bit. But then again, to get exact predictions is like insanity. You could predict things, but exact times is like, that's kind of crazy.
Because we're in a single kind of dimension and everything else is multi-dimensional. So when you take us and set us outside of the 3D, you're looking at all different kinds of possibilities and angles that things could happen. So I think that's what we're looking at here. I mean, when you look into the big soup of being, like everything is happening all at the same time, all at once. We're the only ones who go by a calendar.
Right. So he says it's strange. Enormous continental cataclysm. We are facing an enormous continental cataclysm. Siberia, which, again, that's Kamchatka that we had, the 8.8, that's part of Siberia. The area of Japan. North America, the area of Alaska, although less. Japan, the area of Korea, Siberia. There'll be an enormous continental cataclysm. I don't totally understand what it means. But I'll say this, and this is really interesting. It'll be a show of the most powerful influence of the human mind on the planet Earth. Humanity has the ability to be able to influence this enormous continental cataclysm. I don't know if it's about an enormous earthquake or another cataclysm, but it'll be a continental cataclysm. That's how the vision calls it. So he's getting that from his guides. There'll be lots of victims of a continental disaster. I'm not sure if it's not logic now, but it'll be directed at Asia. I also don't know why, But this cataclysm will take hope away from the world. I totally don't understand what I'm saying right now. So that's the vision. And, you know, if we pay attention to the messages we get, and we do too, and then sometimes we don't give you guys the messages right away, because sometimes information comes in later on that clarifies or even may point that we were interpreting something slightly in the wrong direction. I will share this much with you from today's. I just started to roll through this, and so I backtracked, because what he's talking here in his last live stream yesterday is the fact that we're facing a lot of things, and he talks about a plague. He's gotten visions of a plague. We all understand that thought that there may be something else that's coming, like a plague, even in 2025, even though we only have 4.5 more months to go here. He also is talking about the UFO thing and alien disclosure, and he's talking about Comet Atlas again coming in. Now he's picking up that it's kind of empty, and he sees it as being empty and not really a threat at all. But the system is going to make out that it is a threat. Now he also goes on to say, let me tell you, I do believe there are other alien civilizations out there, but this is not an alien invasion. It's what the system wants to portray. Even though, yes, there are aliens. There's lots of beings out there. Universe is all about life. So what he sees and what he talks about here is the fact that what they're trying to do is to influence our behavior under the influence of some threat, and they'll be putting into effect all sorts of laws and things, hoping that we're not paying attention and that we're not going to speak up and realize exactly that all these different catastrophes happening in rapid sequence, and rapid threats that may not be threats, but he also sees that peace talks are going to collapse, and that it looks like we're still on the path to war, a greater war. But at the same time, it does keep seeming that these things keep getting pushed off farther and farther. And I do think we can, again, mitigate the issues. Very strange times. And he talks about conspiracy theories and stuff, but it's a reality that, ships, yes, UFOs exist, aliens exist, and there's going to be some real tests for humanity. But what he is getting is that this is all about taking hope away from humanity and hope away from the world. And, I'm thinking that when he's picking up here about, taking hope away from the world, I think this is what the intention is, the intention of the system. And, it may be that what we've done is mitigated part of a disaster that could have, affected tons of people more. So if you look at the original prophecy of Ryo Tetsuki, it's centered over in this area, which is extremely populated, very, very highly populated. If, we end up having a 9.5, a 9.6, or even bigger up off of this area, yeah, it'll affect, Japan very seriously. And again, Edgar Casey saw that too. It would affect the area that he's talking about. But again, populations are not necessarily as high in those areas as if it was farther down south, and the dogs might bark because somebody is coming. Again, my hope is that we won't face the worst of the worst, and that things will be mitigated by human intention and will. And I hope that that's what we are looking at. But at the same time, just be aware. It's always good to prepare.
Indeed.
Any other insights? No.
Not at the moment.
Okay. And, I just had to get this out there for you guys. Again, it's conditioning. So when you look at, again, like how these cows act and they jump over the line, that's exactly what they're doing to humanity. They're conditioning us to jump when Simon says jump, to sit down when Simon says sit down. Again, we can't change timelines, and we're doing it all the time.
You know, a lot of farmers did learn, and they saved a lot of money by understanding they could just paint the grids so that the cows don't cross the road instead of actually digging to put the grids in. So humans can be fooled too.
Absolutely. Source bless and namaste.
Namaste.